So most compensation structures in the online business world work exactly the same way. Closer gets a percentage of every single deal they close. And that's whether that client stays for the whole program, gets results, doesn't get results, refunds 2 months later. And that structure feels completely logical until you realize what it's incentivizing. It is incentivizing closes, not good closes, not aligned closes, not closes that will turn into upsells or referrals later on, but any close, as many as possible, as fast as you can. And the back end of your business is paying for it every single month. So if you are the founder of a coaching or service-based business who has a sales team and you've ever wondered why your churn rate seems disproportionately connected to one or more of your closers, this video is going to show you exactly why that's happening and how to fix it with one structural change. So let me show you first how this misalignment plays out inside of a real business. Say you have 2 closers, closer 1, closer 2. Both are closing at the same rate, both are hitting their monthly numbers. Now I'm going to be using something called a DISC profile assessment in this video to talk to you about the different personality types of closers. Check out my most recent video just before this one for a full breakdown on the DISC personality, what you need to know about it, and how it affects your hires in the high ticket coaching space. So let's say closer 1. He has a very high D profile in the DISC profile analysis. He's direct, persistent, great at handling objections, closes fast, doesn't spend a lot of time on fit questions. If someone has the money and enough pain, they close with this person. Closer 2 takes a little bit longer on calls. They ask a little bit more about the client's situation. They're willing to tell a prospect that this might not be a good fit if something feels off. Closes slightly less than closer 1, but the clients show up way more consistently. Under a standard commission structure in the high ticket base, closer 1 looks like the winner. Higher volume, faster closes. But look what happens in the back end of the business. Closer 1's clients churn at a way higher rate. They dispute and ask for refunds way more. They require way more of the founder's time to manage the relationship. They refer exactly nobody, and they don't upsell into any other offers. And the net revenue per client from closer 1's book of business is significantly lower than closer 2's, despite the high close volume. So the commission structure you have completely rewards closer 1 for producing the most amount of closes because the compensation was tied entirely to the front end, to the close itself, not what happened after the yes. So here is a structural change in your compensation plan that will fix this. Take 10% of your closer's commission on any given deal and hold it. Don't pay it out when the client closes, but pay it out when the client has hit a certain amount of retention milestones. What those milestones will look like will vary based on the offer, but the logic is consistent across all of them. You are looking for evidence that the client the closer sold into the program is actually objectively a good fit for the program. Here's an example of a combination that works really well for my clients who are coaching and service-based businesses. One milestone could be a client completing the full length of their offer without requesting a refund or going significantly delinquent on their payment plan. Another example is if the client hits at least one predefined win inside of the offer within the first 30 days. Another example is the client pays their full payment plan if they were on one. And if the closer sold somebody who can't actually afford the program, the payment plan defaults and the commission doesn't get paid out on that percentage of the plan. And the exact structure of this matters way less than the principle, which is that some meaningful portion of every commission check should only be paid out once the client identifies themselves as being a good fit for your offer. And here is what's going to happen to your closer's behavior when the comp is tied to retention. The conversation fit and the amount of effort they put into vetting each client is going to get longer. When a closer knows that a percentage of their commission is going to be tied to whether this client stays in the offer, they're going to ask more questions that they might have originally skipped. Another thing you'll notice is that the high pressure sales techniques stop working in the closer's favor. The artificial urgency, the false scarcity, the emotional escalation. These frameworks close clients who are not going to be good clients for you. These are going to be clients who are not fully aligned with your offer, are not objectively good fits, do not hit early wins, do not send you referrals, do not upsell into an offer with twice as high of a margin as your initial offer. And the closer will figure this out pretty quickly and adjust. And your highest D and lowest I closers on the DISC assessment either change their approach or their numbers tell you that they shouldn't be closing for you, because then you can see exactly which closers are producing the most retained and most valuable clients and which are bringing you clients that are just going to be duds. And the magical part about this is the back end of your business becomes way more effective and way more profitable without you even touching the back end of the business, because the quality of the client entering your offer improves at the source. There is less churn, there is fewer disputes, there is more early wins, there's a higher net revenue per client, there is less of your time as the founder involved in delivery. And all of this flows from one structural change to the person that you pay to close your deals. So if you want help thinking through exactly how to structure this inside of your business and where your current incentive structure might be working against you, click the first link below to see about bringing our team into your business as your outsourced client success director.